Hello. Welcome to this month's Ask the Vet Facebook Live hosted by Spay Neuter Network. I am the vet, Dr. Boden. Make sure to like Spay Neuter Network's Facebook page and follow them as well. So, Ask the Vet, you can ask me any animal medical related questions that you have in the comments, and I'll be answering them throughout the live. For this month, we're focusing on our feline friends, but feel free to ask questions about dogs as well. So, speaking of kitties, we're celebrating National Kitten Day on July 10th, and this month, Spay Neuter Network is having a special on their FVRCP vaccine. Check out Spay Neuter Network's Facebook page and website for more details. Immunizing your cat is an important procedure that, in most cases, will provide protection against an illness that may be life-threatening. FVRCP stands for feline viral rhinotracheitis, that's all one, which is also known as feline herpes virus. And then the C is calicivirus and the P is panleukopenia. Kittens receive a series of vaccinations at 3 to 4 week intervals in order to ensure that they are developing a protective immune response on their own. So maternal antibodies, sorry, that's my own dog's. Maternal antibodies derived from the first few days of milk while nursing their mother will give kittens a temporary immunity, and it can interfere with development of a protective immune response from vaccines. So that temporary immunity from mom, when present, will persist in some kittens for as long as 20 weeks. So it's good to have your kitten receive their FVRCP vaccine until they're about 5 months old and then once yearly following that. So, before I begin answering questions, I want to remind you that you can find all of Spay Neuter Network's events on their Facebook page. Also, go like them on Instagram, check out their website. They have a handy dandy message button, and they are pretty responsive. So, if you have any scheduling or non medical questions, feel free to message them and they can help you out. And if you don't already, follow them. Click that follow button. I'm checking over here for some questions. I don't see any yet, but feel free to type them in the comments if you have any. I don't think anybody's watching right now, which is okay. But yeah, I'm going to keep talking about cats, but if anybody has anything, let me know or just say hey. So one of the diseases we have been seeing a lot in kittens this year is panleukopenia. So if you recall to a few minutes ago, this was one of the things the FVRCP vaccine vaccinates against. Panleukopenia is like parvovirus in dogs. So it causes diarrhea, vomiting, inappetence, anorexia, and weight loss. And since panleukopenia is a virus, we treat symptomatically because there's not a antivirus for panleukopenia. So as symptoms and signs arise, we treat symptomatically. And if you notice any of these signs in your kitten, take them to the vet right away to get checked out. It's been a really hard kitten season. I've just seen so many kittens in the shelter being really sick, and even really experienced kitten fosters are having a hard time. And so if you have a kitten that's sick, it's not you, but take them to the vet, have them checked out. So, and again, for anybody just joining us, feel free to ask questions in the comments. This is Ask the Vet, so ask away. So with the hardy kitten season underway, we are seeing so many cats coming into the shelter. So if you haven't heard about catnapping before, listen up. This is your public service announcement. Don't pick up kittens if you find a litter outdoors. It might seem like their mom is gone. Where did she go? Why isn't she with her kittens? But the mama cat may just be afraid of you, and she might be hunting to provide food for her kittens and herself so she can provide milk for them. Kittens have the best chance of survival when they are with their mom. If the kittens are in an unsafe location, appear severely ill, or mom hasn't returned after several hours, reach out to your local shelter or rescue group for help. One hack for seeing if mom is still coming and going is to place a ring of flour around the litter. It might seem kind of silly, but just dry flour around the litter, and then check back later for paw prints. And if there's paw prints in it, then you know mom is in there checking on her kittens. So I'm gonna check over here. Hello, everybody. Thanks y'all for coming in. It looks like we still don't have any questions, but if you have any questions at all, ask away or just say hi. I'm talking about kittens, and if you missed it, before July 10th is National Kitten Day, which means we should all go out and adopt a kitten. I have a 13-year-old cat, and her name is Gwyneth, and she's fabulous. And I've had her whole life since she was a little baby kitten, could fit in my hands. And so, if you want a Gwyneth in your life, a little snuggle ball, or just, a cat to hang out with, now's the time. There's a lot of kittens in the shelter. So since there are so many cats and kittens in the shelter, adopt a cat. If you've been looking for a cat, don't wait until these winter months when, there's no cats, it's not kitten season anymore, and you're like, I want a cat to keep my feet warm, or whatever, your lap warm. The shelter has so many adorable kittens right now, and they'd love to make their home with you. So I know it's really hot right now, and you don't want your feet to be warm right now, but in a few months, it'll be cold again. Well, maybe more than a few months. I guess it's July. We're in the heat of things right now. So, speaking of hot, in other news, did you know July 15th is National Pet Fire Safety Day? Include your pet in your emergency plans for your family. One tip I really like is to put one of those stickers on the window next to your door or on your front door that indicates how many pets you have in your home in case of an emergency. So if something's happening at your home and things need to be evacuated, it helps the firefighters know how many animals to be looking for. So I'm gonna check over here. Hi, Dylan. Welcome in. Thanks for your question. Dylan says, fleas are bad right now. I don't like using medication with chemicals. Is there something natural I can put on my dog or feed them? And your cat also gets them. Dylan, unfortunately, fleas are natural. They're natural. And so if you're looking for something natural, there's not really a natural product that's going to kill fleas. And so I do recommend a pesticide. We're killing pests, fleas. So, and you'll need to be on it consistently month to month to rid your pets of them. Because unfortunately, they also live in like the fibers of carpet, like the flea eggs do, and they wait for friend to come by so they can hatch and jump on them. They live in the fibers of couches. I've seen it before where people have lifted up their couch cushions and there's a bunch of flea eggs. So I'm sorry that's not an easier answer. I wouldn't recommend. There is like some things I've heard people do is like give garlic to their animals. Garlic is toxic to dogs and cats. So I wouldn't recommend that. I don't know if it's because it's like supposed to make them stinky. Probably not. I don't know why people want to do garlic. But if y'all have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back over the FVRCP vaccines because Spay Neuter Network's having a special on the FVRCP vaccine this month. This is a core vaccine for cats, and so they have all the details on their website and Facebook page. But FVRCP stands for feline viral rhinotracheitis, which is the FVR. And that's also known as herpes virus. It's feline specific herpes virus. And then the C stands for calicivirus and the P stands for panleukopenia. So this is a life-saving vaccine. This is so needed in our cats because it helps them prevent deadly diseases in them. So I'm gonna check one more time for questions. We've been going for almost 10 minutes. Thanks for sticking with me, everybody who's here. Um, yeah, if I don't have any more questions, I hope y'all have a good evening. I want to let you guys know that we'll be taking a few months off from Ask the Vet, but make sure to like Spay Neuter Network's Facebook page to be notified of all their events, including any future Ask the Vets. So thanks y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the questions I've gotten before and then today. And I hope y'all have a good night. Okay, bye.